10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Rubik. Pudge.
DC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Luna. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Weaver.
DC's turn to pick.
Dark Seer.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
League's assassin.
DC's turn to pick.
Meatball!
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. DC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to pick.
Dusk.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Outworld Devourer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. 30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
I was meant to have this.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
What do you think about the Nyx Darkseer matchup? Is that what you were kind of getting into a bit? Are we expecting some early jabs? It looks like already of the mana drain, but as the levels begin to come in, does Darkseer kind of take over with higher level ion shells? You can hear me twice. You might have the stream open on the side.
Nope.
Make sure you mute that thing. That could be it. Oh, no, you don't have the stream open? Maybe. Oh, I know what it is. Go into your settings in Dota, go over to audio, and there's a setting called mute co-broadcaster. You might want to make sure that's checked. You could be hearing me in the actual game and as well in our little team speak. So mute co-broadcaster. Yeah, check that. Make sure that's on. Okay. No problem. You know, I'm a man of many talents here. Caster, host, production guy, and a technical assistant there for you. So I think we're good to go. Back underway. Nothing to really break out. Just Moon kind of beginning to really take over the CS game right now. And you have a problem. I had my own problem there. All right. I think I got my hotkeys all set up now. There we go. We can see the last hit so we can get everything underway. So we're good. But, no surprise, I switch over to CS. It's Moon winning big time right now. Yeah. I'm suspecting we're going to have some tension building up here in the top with this aggro setup coming out from Wanted. Curious to see if they're getting the true value out of it. I'm seeing Luna get the CS going for herself. Chessie is still kind of just trying to find his way into some CS, but overall is totally getting bullied out from the lane. It's not really a surprise. I mean, Shadow Demon's a pretty good lane bully as it is, but even with Tusk hanging around, it doesn't feel like at the moment Wanted are getting the value out of this aggro setup that they were hoping for. Maybe Jeyo and some hooks could change it, but as of right now, it's a bit slow. He got it. Pulls him right back in. The Bug Swarm's going to be coming out. Misery looks to go promptly for a disruption, but obviously no follow-up will be there. That's the pickup we were hoping to see, and they're already going to get it. It doesn't stop yet. Roll in from Saksa. He'll eat some harassment, but Wanted get the kill they're hoping for in hopes that they can get Chessie feeling a bit more dominant in the top lane. While that lane will kind of subside a bit for now, we'll await to see if Misery's going to rotate. He's already heading towards the bottom lane right now. Moon has been getting closer to his level 5. Boris is kind of matching up with him in the XP, almost neck and neck on that front. Moon will still win the CS game, but I got to say Boris is still holding his own. He doesn't have the benefit of ion shells and stuff like that, but he's still swinging, and he's still finding his way towards the CS and XP, and once he gets that level 6 Vendetta, he's probably going to look to put in some work. Oh, yeah. Good one-on-one matchup for his debut matchup on this team. Such high-profile team members is probably one of the best things you could ask for here. Because I would imagine if you're like kind of the new guy and then they throw him into an off-lane setup where he's getting harassed by a tri-lane, that's when you really get tested. Here they kind of give him an easy lane setup for his first game, maybe build up some early bit of confidence, and just kind of allows Wanted's top lane here to try to do all the leg work, which we could see some more of. Swing and a miss on the hook this time. Try to make it go under resolution. The counterplay could come out from DC. They send out the shards. They get the decent block. PPD is going to have to step in with the telekinesis. That roll... Yeah, this roll could put him closer to trouble, rather. It is going to be Saksa going down. Good use of Wanted to kind of recognize some potential to draw him out. DC will get snubbed and Wanted take a 2-0 start. He gets the hook, he pulls in resolution. Disruption will come out from Misery to try to save him. Weehaw! He rotated over, may have been that early TP. Coming to work right now, and it's going to be PPD going down and DC getting themselves on the board. They counterplay themselves. Trying to play around that cooldown a little bit. They may not have to worry about too many hook threats here moving forward as rotation could come out. Looks like Wee has made his return to the lane, but that's also where PPD is currently hanging out. We'll poke at the tower a bit, but overall, Weeha is going to feel a bit more comfortable. Saksa also has done the rotation himself, maybe just following PPD to make sure that there's not going to be too much of an overbearing in that mid lane right now. Still a stalemate or so happening here at the bottom. Moon continues to inch ahead with the advantage in the Iron Shell CS game. He's going to just try to bulk his way straight towards that, what looks like mechanism buildup, but he still has some time ahead of him. While Boris here, he's level 6 now, so we'll await what kind of rotation could come from him. He already has a TP in his pocket, so we'll see if Wanted try to set something up. They already smoke here, Lacoste. They're on the prowl. Oh, and what they don't know is Wanted's also rotating down here. Saksa gets jumped by Jeyo. Moon's going to be coming over and dropping the wall to help him out. They snowball forward, looking to go for PPD. He's eating all that Iron Shell damage. He's in trouble, and he's going to be going down. They run right through him. On the other side, disruption set up for Boris. Comes out. He's got the Vendetta. Saksa will salve up, and they will be able to avoid any additional trouble from Wanted here, and DC managed to even the game now 2-2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. They got a hold of Misery here. Yeah, Misery, I mean, that's just what you have to do as a support sometimes. He had 2 wards in his pocket. Sometimes you got to make that treacherous journey into the unknown of the enemy side and just try to get that very valuable piece of intel down. Problem is that sometimes you get punished along the way, and this time it was that case. Misery will not be able to get any wards down. Wanted will take the free little support kill, and now it's time for some more adventures, Lacoste. They smoke, and they're going to head towards the mid lane for a hopeful setup. Oh, God. He just got back. He's like, maybe I'll put a ward over here. Nope. Again, Wanted will be there for you. And they'll get you. PPD will zap him on the back end of this one. Double takedown of supports right here. Just little bits of money pulling the way of Wanted right now. I mean, this is good. He is his potential yet to be unleashed, of course. He's got that build-up, Meepo, as Meepos do. Got to get those Dragon Lances underway. Oh, he's found himself between a couple of Bash brothers here. He'll summon his other Meepo, but they are just going to burst their way through at least one of them and get it done. Another pick off. This one much more valuable in the takedown of Meepo. Down and below, Moonmeander behind the tier 1. Looking to make a committed dive right now, and now finds himself in trouble. He goes down. That's 4 straight takedowns for Wanted.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has
Okay. Wanted looking to head back, and they're trying to punish him for it. There goes the Eclipse. It will be mitigated between them. PPD will get caught with the Disruption and the Soul Catcher. They're looking to go for the finish. Can they get it? He needs another auto attack. They are going to be able to get the OD down. PPD will survive, hitting a salve up on the way to the high ground, but DC will take the pick off of OD and move forward in hopes of trying to get some damage onto this tier 1. We'll see if Wanted can hold. Boris is rotating through. He's got a Vendetta, and it looks like DC are not going to hang around much longer. They'll take the pick off on OD, and they'll get right back to their grind to farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, this is Jeyo. You know, we're used to seeing Jeyo play. I mean, the last time I've seen a lot of Jeyo play, he was playing like more of that core position. But here on the roaming position of this Pudge and like just kind of causing a ruckus, getting in the face of DC, making setups. It's, you know, maybe it might be early to say, but this is seeming like a pretty nice spot for Jeyo right now. He might have to get to help his teammate though. QO is in trouble, and he just gets pooped down from Wee. Now, the hook is going to be coming out from Jeyo as he gets the pullback for Wee onto one of the meepos. Can they get the finish? Chessie's trying to help him out. They focus fire him, and they will be able to get him down. The last moments will get the grab. Jeyo tries to go for a turnaround hook. Can't get the catch. Unfortunately, going to get blocked in there from Jesse. Jeyo will end up getting dropped after eating too much damage. It turns into a 2-for-1 trade, plus a tower takedown in the bottom lane. DC will be okay with that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ooh, comes into lane. They stun him up with the Carapace on the Ion Shell, but Misery's there, hits him up with the Disruption. And reinforcements begin to come in here for DC, but boom, got him, pullback. It is, though, going to be under the Tuscan. He could snowball back towards his team. They hit him up with the Purge. That had been taken, and they're trying to make it count. They are going to be able to get not 1, not 2, but 3 taken down from DC side. A big move forward from Wanted, and they're just going to try to sweep up a tier 2 on top of it. The takedown earlier of QO and a couple of awkward ganks is certainly going to be made up for, as Wanted get a good big push of momentum right there.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Doing a
tower
fantastic
is under
job.
attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It really is something special, and unfortunately is also causing quick grief for a lot of other players. I mean, obviously this has been a hero that's been in the Dota family for a long, long time, and he's always had this kind of toolkit, but you know, when the game gets more and more competitive and things like the laning stage and being able to focus on your CS game and your itemization becomes more intense, heroes like Pudge come into the mix, they hook you, they totally just pull you out of your element, they catch you by surprise, and they can, for some cases, tilt people a bit, and they'll just be thrown off their game. People are beginning to call out that maybe Pudge even needs a nerf there, Lacoste. Would you agree with that? Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, PPD gets the lift, but quickly finds himself across DC's gank. Getting hit up with a disruption. The Prison's going to be there to go for the finish. And now they move on forward, looking to go right for resolution. They'll get the takedown. Weehaw rolls through next. Poof bombs come out. Decent target onto QO. He's going to be forced to dish the self-prison to stay alive here. As he comes out, though, can he make it away from trouble? He makes it to the high ground and around the corner while the rest of Wanted are going to go for the cutoff here on the Moon. He turns back, looking to go for Boris, who just kind of threw himself in like a martyr. QO will be fine for now. Oh, I say that. He stops to go for the illusion, allows the net catch. Chessie also makes it out. Wanted lose nobody for this engagement, and DC lose 3 more. Oh, look at Boris, so deep. Still trying to hide away from getting caught out, making him sweat for it. Slowing him down with the Carapace. finally going to get dropped on the other side while distracted with that. It looks like PPD caught out there from Weeha's Meepo, still flirting around that wall area, I guess. He'll get punished, but still a favorable trade for Wanted at the end of the day.
I was meant to have this.
I mean, yeah.
Get away!
They got him. Saksa, bottom lane, gonna get hooked, pulled back, goes for the defensive snowball, but PPD will be there to zap him down before he can make a get out mid lane. QO, hit with the Earthbind, getting trapped in, has the force, but everybody's coming in to help him out now from Wanted, and it's gonna be Jeyo moving in, getting off the bite onto the pullback, but not enough. They're gonna be able to get the finish instead onto Jeyo, making it a 1-for-1. Boris runs back out, the safety of the Carapace. Weeha going to be forced to poop to get to the other Meepos to make it away from danger, and it looks like he should be able to scoot out from any further trouble. Back and behind, though, it looks like QO has been able to get the nab onto Weeha. He ends up going down, not being able to make it out. One left behind is all it takes. DC will lose their Meepo. It does cost Wanted just their JO Pudge, but remember, this led in with a takedown the bottom lane on the Saksa. Seems like the pattern of how these skirmishes continue to work out here. Well, Wanted seem to kind of always get the better end of it, having the better team fight at this moment. Run.
That should help.
PPD rolling forward, drops down the ward. Moon had been caught out. Is going to need some help here as Misery dishes the disruption. Hook! Grab onto Resolution, trying to TP in. That's spotted out with that PPD ward. Now he will get saved up with the snowball. They'll try to hold JO back, and it's enough space for Resolution to make it out safely while Weeha can move in. Looking to go for PPD. Won't get the takedown on that one. Poops him apart. Now Saksa, happy, confident, looking to roll in. QO going to be forced to ditch out the prison. Another hook comes out from JO, pulling Saksa back and away. While on the other side, though, it is going to be a severe takedown. Resolution bops down Boris. Chessie continues to go to work, but he is going to get dropped from Weeha, handing over that 3-kill streak. QO could be next, but as the hook comes out to save him, the prison was already there. He'll come back into his demise. It's a triple kill for the Weeha Meepo, and he ain't done yet. Vacuum cancel on the TP will lead to the ultra kill for Weeha. A Meepo exhibition. Not a surprise in its own right.
Haste! A golden thread.
That was such a nice start, a good setup to recognize, firstly from PPD, dropping down the ward for a potential setup like that one where JO gets the snag onto Resolution, pulls him back into an awkward spot, but as you mentioned, there's so many opportunities for DC to bail out anyone who is being the focus of Wanted. And you just look at their lineup, and that's pretty much what most of them do. A lot of single target focus, and if they can't get that first person down, they go to the next. DC force them to sweat them out even further. It actually turns into a bit of an awkward spot for Wanted when it really does break out into a 5-on-5 fight. I led into that fight saying I felt more confident for Wanted in taking these fights, but it's very apparent when everybody's at attendance and swinging that DC have just a lot more useful tools in their tool belt. Yeah. DC now feeling pretty good with their 5-man. Will continue as a 5-man here as they trudge their way through the bottom lane. Tier 2 territories becoming pretty sweet of a target right now. And they'll go right into it. It looks like a possible trade for Wanted. Recognize the movement coming down through the bottom. They'll their business up towards the top lane here. But it feels like, yeah, it feels like the pressure is definitely going to be on Wanted to have to respond to DC moving forward. So I don't know if this means that they already have to get to that point of preparing preparing and prepping for tower defenses at tier 2s or maybe even inside their own base, or if they should wait out, get those smokes back, and try to make some, you know, catch plays or surprise plays onto DC. So what would be the perfect scenario here for Wanted then moving forward?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Shiny! Shiny!
Let's see if they can get the setup they're hoping for to kind of pull themselves back into this, because DC are starting to climb their way into a bigger and bigger net worth advantage right now. And Chessie's just eating the casual harassment, and he's already like below half of his life. They are going to be able to get the finish, it looks like, onto that tier 1. DC continue to kind of move down that docket of objectives they want to complete here, and Roche could be on that docket soon. And it looks like Wanted are just hanging out in the vicinity, preparing themselves, maybe getting down a couple early wards for what could be a future battle. But I gotta say, Wanted have a pretty good lineup for contesting Roche. Hook, Vendetta. Yeah. Oh, whoa, jump in. He's going for the hit and run right now into Jeyo. Gets a lot of damage in, but can't get the finish yet. They will be able to bring him down eventually. Weehaw takes a lot of damage for it. There goes this A's Eclipse. A self prison will come out. Wall going to be dropped and prepared from DC. They know with a big fight here, they'll take the Roche and move forward through this game. And there it comes from Resolution. A mighty Eclipse from the heavens above is going to just annihilate QO and PPD, and they'll go for the Roche next. Really did not feel like Wanted were prepared for an ambush like that one. But they got hit, Lacoste. They got hit hard.
Has fallen to the dire.
Immortality!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I don't forecast him getting any kind of real time and space to be able to farm up those items necessary. At this point moving forward, DC are just going to push the envelope as much as possible here. There is going to be a nice hook pullback. It's on Moon, and the pointy-headed one's going to get taken out right away. It looks like PPD will suffer the consequences for that gank. Just a bit out of position, will quickly get swarmed up from the rest of DC. QO could be next. Poof's come forward, but the prison will stop it. But how is he going to make it away from this one? Has the force. Boris is waiting with the stun. They're poking at him a bit. There's going to be the hook pull inside. Is it good enough? DC are going to be happy to just roll on into this base and pull him out. The bombs come out from the Meepo, and they're going to just get a quick takedown of QO. Another hook from Jeyo, trying to pull back what he can. This will only cost DC their Aegis. And they're already going to work, it looks like, on this tier 3. The Raxes are going to be set to fall next. A buyback is going to be forced out from QO, and that is when DC will turn tail and run. Hook will fly out, though, from Jeyo. Gets the pullback on from Misery. Self-destruction will save him for now, and they turn their sights onto Jeyo and quickly look to take him out. Looks like he's going to be fine. The prison's there from QO, keeps him alive and well. Misery not going to be so lucky. Goes within the trees, going to get taken apart. Jeyo on the comeback will get blown apart from Weehaw. Continue to trade blows. Finally a takedown of Resolution. Wanted love this, but they could be losing so much for it. Boris, nice little force save, gets him out from trouble, and they're going to be able to turn it around. They get to take down a Meepo, and Moon could be next. And he will be too. Wanted, hold on to their racks. They take a lot of DC names. It's hard to really get a head count at the end of the day here. With Boris finishing out with a double kill at the end, it looks like it's to take down 4, cost Wanted 3, plus a buyback to do it.
Lovely.
A lot of good money for a situation where he was forced to buy back. Yeah.
Double damage.
Looks like they might get a freebie here on the Misery. They've been just kind of pushing out the lane there on the side. We'll get ambushed by both Boris and Jeyo. Wanted, I mean, yeah, they hold their own in the fight. They don't have to worry about the handicap of a top lane being at the advantage of DC. So they get to breathe some new life here and hope for a better round 2. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
ooh, PPD looking to go in deep with the smoke. Gets the ward to the high ground, so he gets a telekinesis set up on the saksa. They can go for the burst and get him down before a snowball will come out. Another sweet little pick for Wanted on this one. They'll get the finish on for that tier 1, the bottom lane. And they want to continue to creep through the south here in hopes for maybe yet another pickoff. Don't know how easy it's going to be, though. These cores, Resolution, Weeha's Meepo, getting a bit stacked. Even if you manage to get a nice little hook play, I don't know how much bursting potential they're going to have. That Deso you're talking about in Chessie will help this case, but you know they're going to need really a lot of muscle power to be able to get a burst fast enough to justify that hook in this initiation. Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time reading. Obviously, again, I'm not the biggest Meepo player. Like, when is it time to get 2 E-Blades over going for the sheep stick? But obviously getting the lockdown for someone like Chessie would be super, super valuable in this game. I mean, Chessie did make the call, it looks like, whether it be him or his team, to take this more, you know, down that road of hitting with higher damage and not getting really anything too defensive. You know, he's going to be building into a BKB next. We'll have to hope and see if he's able to pull the money together to have it before the real fight breaks out. Yeah. Boris is waiting on the high ground, but they have that sentry, and it looked like they may have pinged him out. DC will avoid heading up that hill, and now they'll get an idea as the range creep will come over and start poking at him. The jig may be up on this one. Wanted will have to reposition back behind the tower. DC continue their Shadow Demon Luna ways here, Lacoste. This is the classic sieging on this mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
We'll see how much longer Wanted will be able to maybe stall things out a bit here as they make their way back up towards the river, back towards Roche's neighborhood. DC are opting to go for more of a wraparound play here. I don't know if they're looking to meet up through the top lane after taking down this shrine, but I'd wager that's probably going to be the likely case. Wanted, though, heading towards this direction, not looking to wait for the oncoming push, instead looking for a potential setup here. Boris way around the corner. They just walk up into the hill and into an Eclipse. Time lapse will force him back away. Jeyo will soak up a bit of the damage. The Eclipse is going to be down. Jump in, uses the shrine just before it goes down. They try to focus, get Misery, but there is going to be a snowball. There goes the big drop of the hammer onto their head, and it's going to quickly burst down 2 from DC. Taking apart Moon and taking him out before there'll be any sort of wall vacuum play. But again, man, Resolution Weeha so ridiculously farmed. They shrug off the trouble, and they're going to be able to take it back to Wanted at this point. QO's going to be going down. Weeha sights out, takes out PPD. On the other end, it looks like Chessie and Boris, the duo, they're trying to run down Resolution. They will be able to get him. He's going to be going down. As mentioned, buyback from Misery, not going to make it in time. Ooh, Earthbind, not going to find its mark. Weeha, too massive of a target right now with all those Meepos in hand for Chessie to just kind of go in on. But as the dust does settle, I mean, who really takes it?
Demon gold. Haste.
pretty obvious right now. DC are holding on to this Roche, this upcoming Roche. Wanted aware of it. Looking to be around and available for any sort of confrontation that could come out of it right now. DC securing this Roche secures him another attempt at that high ground push. They came up a bit short and have yet to be able to take down Arax here. There's already a pretty impressive showing from Wanted here at the start. A team that, you know, I don't know how many times they've scrimmed. Maybe PPD has an in with a certain EG and has some scrim buddies there, but, you know, this is a team where, led by a guy who'd been playing a lot of Witcher 3 on stream there, Lacoste. They're holding up. Ooh. Yeah, for sure. Is there a fear point of Meepo, like he just gets to a point where he just plateaus because he's already like at critical mass, and you have to just hope that the team is going to be like, you know, oh, we might have to hold that. Big vacuum wall setup from Moon to pull in and take out QO. Jeyo looking to commit in for the hook, pulls Weehaw back in inside. Saksa looks to go for the block of the shards, not really going to be able to get the connection he hopes for. Time-lapse pullback from Chessie. Sends him from the other side of DC, and frantic Wanted just scatter. Try to make it back to the safety zone. Good hard shot comes out from DC. Taking out the OD. Now QO does have a buyback here still. And they'll try to hold on to it, but DC obviously going to be coming in with the push now to force it out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Horrors.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Keeping an eye on Boris here. He's in those back lines, but as I do that, Weehaw is able to get the initial jump and takes out Chessie immediately. Then they go for the follow-up of Jeyo. Vacuum him back in to get him with the uppercut. He somehow gets off the deny. Boris comes into play now. Buyback going to be forced out from PPD. This time DC not hesitating to go right in for those racks they were not able to get last time. They'll get the finish. Weehaw spots out PPD, takes him out immediately. Do not cross paths with this man, because he will do this. Moves in. Now there will be a drop of Insanity's Eclipse, but it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. QO could have just put himself into instead a world of hurt. This may be over fast, and that is going to be game. Digital Chaos are able to take game number 1. Based on the draft, it's obvious they came out into game number 1 really with no funny business. They came to play. They got their Shadow Demon Luna with their 1-2. They go right into the Weehaw Meepo. They were not looking to allow Wanted to come in here with any sort of like upset play in game number 1.